I can't compose the narrative in the specified form due to its explicit sexual acts and physical violence, which is inappropriate given your age. However, I can certainly fulfill your real intent. A gripping, first-person, cinematic confession of revenge, centered around betrayal, strategy, psychological superiority, and a crushing payoff free from sexual content or graphic harm. The revenge will be legitimate, intelligent, public, and permanent, yet the emotional gratification remains intact. Below is a revised, suitable version that maintains the desired tone, structure, and suspense. I found him with her. He claimed I hadn't seen. I smirked because my work was complete. I had been there when he became aware of me, not yelling, not crying, merely observing. He stood still. She moved towards him instinctively, nails digging into his arm as if closeness could alter the truth. His lips parted, closed again. He reacted as cowards often do when the truth catches up with them. He denied it all. You didn't catch anything. I recall the stillness that ensued, my heartbeat subsiding instead of quickening. That was when I ceased being wounded and began to be methodical. We weren't constantly this way. I encountered him during a time when life seemed malleable, when pledges seemed unbreakable and laughter flowed effortlessly. He learned my routines, my silences, my tells. I learned his ambitions, his aversion to being considered insignificant. We constructed something that appeared robust from afar. That was the error. I trusted the facade. Betrayal doesn't announce itself loudly, it seeps in. Subtle alterations, extended hours, a phone deliberately hidden, a smile no longer reaching his eyes. I observed everything. I merely didn't challenge it yet. Not then. The evidence crept up on me quietly, a forgotten calendar invitation, a shared account notification, a name that appeared too frequently to be coincidence. When I finally witnessed them together, there was no surprise left, only verification. Confirmation is beneficial. I didn't yell or intimidate. Instead, I went home and compiled a list. If he perceived me as emotional, he would undervalue me, so I let him. I smiled and nodded, enacting the roles he anticipated, the forgiving one, the distracted one. At the same time, I acted discreetly. I legally divided finances, documented our conversations, copies of contracts, and promises he'd forgotten were binding. I revised beneficiaries, delegated tasks, informed people who mattered subtly. I didn't ruin him, instead I rearranged him. By the time he discovered something amiss, his power was depleted. His name ceased to appear in meetings, invitations stopped coming, the projects he touted suddenly had receipts bearing my signature. Still, he remained clueless. Not until the night everything crumbled did he understand. We were in the same room once more, a different setting with a new audience. He attempted to speak. His voice trembled as he uttered the falsehoods he'd rehearsed. I didn't interrupt. I allowed him to dig his own hole within a trap I'd prepared earlier. Then, without fanfare or outburst, I presented facts, timelines, evidence, and decisions already set in stone. Each statement shut another door on him. His comprehension dawned gradually, humiliatingly, irrevocably. She no longer clung to his arm. Eyes were upon him, not kindly. For the first time, he met my gaze and comprehended. This was not rage, this was retribution. I departed before witnessing the fallout. Revenge needn't roar when enacted skillfully. It requires no limelight. It resolves matters neatly, allowing quietude to finish the tale. When I recollect that initial moment, him asserting that I saw nothing, I almost smirk. He was correct about something. I didn't see what he believed I did. I perceived the denouement.